Some things just go together. Wine and cheese, flowers in springtime, and yes, books and bottles. We pair your favorite author with your favorite drink. Your host of Books and Bottles, Benita Johnson.
Hello, welcome to Books and Bottles. I'm your host, Benita Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight as we present to you your new favorite author and we pair her work with your favorite wine or spirit. We appreciate you for tuning in and we invite you to share. So this week, we promised you for season 3, we were going to introduce you to some phenomenal people. And so tonight will not be a disappointment. Today, we are introducing you to author Tia L. Woods, and her book is called My Story, My Truth, No Secrets and At Peace, a Memoir. So without further ado, let's just jump right in and introduce you to Miss Tia. Hi, Tia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I want to tell you, when I was reading your book, I went through all of the emotions. You know, I was sad. I wanted to fight. I wanted to hug you. But at the end, I wanted to celebrate with you. So because you're here and you survived a whole lot. So thank you so much for sharing your story because I believe so many folks can resonate.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Tia.
About Tia. Well, I am the first and foremost, I introduced my 5 children. I am the mother of 5 wonderful children, and I love them so much. Age range from 33 to twins that are 14, soon to be 15. Okay. I am the owner of It's the Room, which is a store here in Connecticut. My store houses Black vendors. The game plan is just to showcase who they are and our brands. About Tia, I am an elected official for 17 years where I am here in Connecticut. Enjoy giving back. That's my whole thing. I am the mouthpiece for the unheard.
Oh, that's beautiful. So I know when you wrote your story, because I read the book, you got 3 E's. So tell us about the 3 E's of what this book is about. So I'm gonna hold up the book because I love the cover, by the way. I think it's cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, my 3 E's are to encourage. My game plan is to really encourage people to move forward, to push through. Another E is to enlighten. You know, there's a lot of things that we all go through and that we don't talk about. So I want to bring light to those subject matters that most people are scared to talk about. And the last E is just to really empower. I want to show people that it's okay. It's okay to go through things. It's okay to be free. It's okay to be who you are. I'm not ashamed of anything that I've talked about. So those are the 3 E's, is to enlighten, empower, and encourage people to push through, not to stand still, not to get over, but to go through and feel all of the emotions that we have when we're going through these things.
And you did that. You were very candid. I don't like to give away the book because I want our readers to buy your book and support you. But, you told a very candid, story of where you were. And so your story started when you were really young. I mean, you became a mother at 14.
I got pregnant at 14 and gave birth at 15. Yes. Okay.
So, I mean, I'm sure that was a very challenging experience. We're still growing. We don't know who we are at 14, 15,
right.
But now you're charged for being somebody's mother.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about that.
It was, that was a difficult time for me, being who I was at that time, known for getting in trouble, known for fighting, known for just doing everything opposite of what I was taught to do. And then here I am, in my opinion, just doing exactly what people thought I would do. Here she is, pregnant.
She's pregnant, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, that was a very trying time, a very hard time, not to give away the second book, but I'm going to talk about that in details, what I went through with my family, how I felt they looked at me. But during that time, I think I made a decision as I began to grow. I made a decision that my son, who's 33 now, will not be like the environment in which we grew up in. You know, I told a little bit, his father went to prison when he was 3 months old for 22 years. So here he is, born to a 15-year-old mom who fights all the time in school and to a murderous father. What type of chance would he have?
Sure.
You know, but I made a conscious decision. I wasn't let him tell it, I wasn't the easiest mom.
Well, and you know, you did your thing. And so, you know, you were growing up at the same time you were raising a person, and you were surviving the best that you knew.
Correct.
And so, you know, what else was going on throughout, you're trying to raise this baby, and you're trying to go into adulthood. You know, you were dealing with some struggles that a lot of women, you know, deal with, older women, but you were 18 years old dealing with being on your own and some abuse.
Yes.
You know, what for me was very hard to read, you know, and that was the part that I wanted to fight with you. I wanted to fight, you know, but you were dealing with that. And, you know, so a part of your book, I dog-eared, you can see I dog-eared some part. So you talked about that you look for validation from men. Would you say that was a part of why, you know, you stayed in there so long?
Yes. I feel that growing up, I was two different people. I was the fighter. I was the one that if you blinked that wrong, you know, there was going to be some issues. But then inside that secret part that people didn't see, I was scared. I didn't feel good about myself. So I was looking for validation. I didn't have a dad around, you know, he was in Texas. I was born in Texas. So he was in Texas, you know, and I just didn't have that man to tell me, baby, this is what you look for in a man. You are your best kept secret. Like
this isn't love. So I was going to ask you, you know, about your upbringing. Like, did you grow up seeing, you know, that type of battery or abuse in relationships? Like, you know,
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. My mother, I never saw, I mean, when she left my dad in Texas, story be told that he abused her. That's why she came back to Connecticut, where our family, you know, came from.
Okay.
But I've never seen anyone physically be abused. So it was a shock to me when he first hit me the first time. I think I said inside of the book, you know how you watch a cartoon and you see the birds and the like.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at you. I mean, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's like the first time, and then it just kept happening. And then, you know, my friends are like, well, Tia, this is not you. Wait, you're that chick that fight. And now you don't even put your head up. You walk outside when you're with him, your head is down. So I just went through a phase of just really finding myself. I didn't want to tell my brother because I'm the type of person, if I got myself in this situation, I know when my brother comes through, it's going to be.
It's over. It's different.
It's over.
It's
over. So, you know, I went through it, and one day I woke up. I literally woke up and I said, you know what? Today is the day. Either I'm going to die or he's going to die, or I'm going to live and get out. Something was going to happen. And that was the day I was just like, it's over.
And then you had some very close calls where it could have went that way. You know, these folks were, you know, it wasn't just one person, you know, who was displaying this type of physical violence against you. Mm-hmm. It was a couple. And so it got to the point, it was one guy in there who, you know, I mean, of course I know you survived because you finished the book. But, you know, I'm sure that night you weren't sure if, you know, how that was going to end.
I was just ready. I was so ready to live. I was ready to die.
Okay. Oh, I love that.
I was so Oh, okay. I'm gonna be all right.
I love that. Don't cry, don't cry. I love
I
that.
was so ready to live. I was ready to die. Like that was where it got. Like words started getting out. You can't keep abuse quiet for so long. And my girlfriends are like, "Girl, you need to. We tired of hearing about this. You
Yeah,
either
what you
do
gonna
something
do?
about it. You need us to come over. You know." It just got to the point where it started getting out, and I didn't want to get to the wrong person, which is my brother, because he is my keeper.
Yeah.
So I just had to make a decision. It's either today is going to be the day.
So why did you always put the man first? Because you know, if you told your brother, it would have been different. So were you protecting your brother because you didn't want your brother to go to jail or whatever would have happened? Or were you protecting the man? What were you doing?
At first, I think I was just in a daze. Like, where am I? Is this my life? Is this how it's going to be? And then once I realized what was happening, I know when my brother came in, there would be no talking. Like, that's real truth life in the hood. There would be no talking. And I love my brother. He's my only brother. He's the only man on this earth that loves me unconditionally. It doesn't matter what I look like, gray hair, blue hair, bald head, bald spots growing up. My brother loves me unconditionally.
Yes.
You know, and up until that point, he's my everything. And even now, people who know me, they know, don't even say nothing wrong about Tia, but
don't say nothing about Tia. Don't say nothing about Tia. He ain't playing.
Yeah, he's not playing and I'm not playing. I bumped into people who like would come and fix plumbing or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you his sister? Oh, he loved you." Like, I'm like, "Well, dang, what he out there talking about?"
Is he older?
Yeah, he's older. It's just him and I. I'm 48 and he just turned 51.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So speaking of love, you talk about identifying what love is. So when did you get to that point that you said, okay, this is how I define love?
I mean, as you grow and as you have experiences and just talking to different people, you know, in having kids, I kept having kids during all of this stuff too, you know. So just really looking at things and just figuring out that love shouldn't hurt. Love is not a punch. Love is not a choke. Love is kind. Love is caring. Love can be stern.
Yeah.
But it's not abusive. And as I grew, and people saw more in me than I saw in myself for a long time. There was a group of people who only saw the bad, but then those non-relatives, they would see the good in me, and they would always just pour into me. So I just found I love me.
Yes.
Like I love me some me. And no one's gonna love me, not even my brother. As much as he loved me, no one's gonna love Tia like Tia loves Tia. And Tia loving Tia means that she's taking care of herself. Meaning that she's protecting herself mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That's what love is. Love is a verb.
I love that. That's so true.
Yeah, I just learned that as I went. And I'm like, if all these people think I'm all that in a bag of chips, then Tia, take inventory. Who are you?
And I need to add a megaphone to what you're saying, because it's so many people, women and men, that sit in relationships and they say, okay, he just went off on me because he just loves me so much. But, you know, it's just crazy. And, you know, how some of us are still that way. And so your story, you know, folks read your whole story, and we're going to talk about what you're doing today in a few seconds. But when people read your whole story, you know, they see, you know, there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You know, we ain't got to go through all of this. You know, we can walk away and we can be survivors and overcomers.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. So, that's the whole purpose, is just to let people know who are maybe going through that right now, that they can make it through. You're not by yourself. You're not on the island. You know, my older generation people, they never really talk to us about anything. So when we're going through, we think that it's just us. And then as we get older and we learn their history, it's like, wow, you should have just talked to us.
That's right.
That's why I tell everything. I literally tell everything because I need you to learn from me. I need my kids to know
you left nothing unturned. So I was laughing because one of the parts that made me laugh, you were talking about you had met the guy and y'all were going home and y'all were planning on having a good night, and you like put it down. It's 2:30 in the morning. We going home planning to have a good night, and don't nothing else go down at 2:30 in the morning, right? When you going upstairs. And I said, then here come the fool gonna mess up the good night.
That part. Right. Crawling through windows and stuff, right? I can't even tell the story, but yeah.
I know. Yeah, because they got to read the book. So I want to toast to you, but before we got to bring in our wine expert for tonight. So this wonderful sister, I met her back in February, but we're both members of a club right here in Washington, D.C., and we're part of the Court Club. So I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Miss Shayna Wells of Poor Pairings. Hey, Shayna.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
How you doing?
I'm good. Tired. We did wine and culture fest over the weekend in Atlanta. So
yay! Okay. One of our executive producers, they're they like millionaires, so they got houses everywhere. But they got a home in Atlanta, so they were probably down there this weekend too.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good time.
What are we drinking tonight?
Tonight I'm drinking a Lambrusco. I just got off the Court Club meeting, and that was the wine of the day today. So we're talking about Italian wines and just a nice Lambrusco, easy going.
Beautiful. Tell us about Poor Pairings.
So Poor Pairings is a wine pairing subscription box company. So each month, it's a new box based off of a different type of wine with snacks and accessories that pair with that particular wine.
Oh, wow.
So it's a fun way to learn about and try new wines, but also grow your palate, figure out what works for you and what doesn't. And I'm a snacker, so I love snacks. I'm not really a fan of cooking a whole lot.
Okay.
and so that's kind of how I came up with it. When I was doing my wine certification studies, you're tasting a lot of wines, and you want to try not to get too tipsy while you're doing so. But also you want something that's going to enhance the wine and not mess up your palate or for the other wines that you're going to try. So that's kind of how we came up with it.
I love that concept. It's funny that you talk about not wanting to cook and you just want to snack, because like a couple days ago, I didn't feel like cooking. So I just went up to the Safeway and I bought a block of Havarti, and that was like
yes. Havarti is my favorite
that I had. So I hear you. So where are you based out of? I mean, how did you get started in the wine industry?
So I live in Baltimore, and honestly, during COVID, my friends and I would, like, our COVID bubble would get together and drink and try different wines and things. I was like, let me go ahead and take this wine certification course. So it was the WSET Wine and Spirits Education Trust level 1. So I took it like, let me just learn a little bit more about wine. And then it just kind of rabbit holes from there.
Okay.
I just finished my level 3 in April.
Congratulations.
So thank you. It's a lot of work and a lot of wine tasting, but it's all fun. I enjoy it.
Good. I have a cute picture of us. We met back in February, I think, at an event, a TEDx event back at UDC. So I'm going to post that picture and say we talked tonight.
Awesome.
And just to let folks know, the group that we're both a part of is the Gathering Spot. I think we're both founding members, right?
Yep.
The Gathering Spot DC. So hopefully I'll see you at a Court Club pretty soon. So please continue to hang out with us.
Definitely.
Because
I'm enjoying the talk.
Okay.
The book sounds amazing.
But before, tell us how folks can connect with you and they can become a part of Poor Pairings and possibly be a part of the subscription box.
Okay. So I have a website. It's Pour Pairings, POUR pairings.com. I'm on Instagram. It's Pour POUR _ pairings. And so we post a lot of what we put in our boxes. We talk about wines. Tomorrow is National Pinot Noir Day, which is what this box is based off of. So you get some fun snacks that pair with Pinot Noir, which is kind of a starter grape for most people, a starter grape for reds for most people.
It's real easy and soft. Who makes up these wine days? It's like, it's a day.
I have no idea.
How can I keep up?
Yeah. But yeah, we just try to make wine fun, and if someone comes to me and is like, I like this wine now because of your box, then it just makes me happy.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Yes.
All right, so hang out with us, and we're gonna get back to Tia, because Miss Tia, tell us what you're doing now.
Now I am working on my second book. It's going to be called My Story, My Truth: From Pains, Trials to Triumph. So I'm going to go into a little bit about family issues, mom schizophrenia, things like that. I also am the owner of a store. Just opened up in January here in the Connecticut Post Mall, which is the biggest.
Congratulations.
Thank you. My store houses, right now we have 22 vendors here, and all of my vendors are Black. That's the game plan of the store, is to give a platform for us to showcase our brands. I like to say I don't care about Gucci or Fendi and all that stuff, no shade, but it's really about our brands and what we bring to the table. So
I love that. Can you show us around your store? Are you in your store now?
I am.
Take us on a little tour.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up my laptop.
Okay.
Move it this way.
You're the first, so this is unprecedented. You're the first one to take us on a tour.
Really?
Yes.
All right, so let me see. So it's the room. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but these are all the brands and everything we have in the store. Okay. And just to bring you around here, because he is such a good friend, I have, let me see, because, all right.
Oh, so I know that guy.
This is on our website. And I'm going to show you another great book that people should get, that's on our website.
Yes, I know a few of those guys too. They've been on the show.
Yeah, just wanted to showcase. But this is our store. We have 22 vendors here showcasing Black brands, expanding and exposing us.
Oh, I love it.
And they don't have to be in Connecticut. As you can see, we have authors from other parts of the country, but they can also, if they want to ship their items here, we can figure out a way to get the shipping costs down if they want to put their stuff here. So doesn't necessarily have to be from here in Connecticut.
So this is a perfect opportunity for me to do a shameless plug, because on August 14th, Faith, Failure, Success Volume 3 Turning Point was released, and it hit #1 on Amazon on Sunday. And so make sure you add that to the store, because I am proudly a contributing author. Nice, and we're going to do a show in a few weeks where we'll have the other authors on the show. So we appreciate you for supporting the book and for supporting the series. And we know you're going to add our books to the store.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I have a question, since we're coming up, we're probably a month and a half away from Domestic Violence Month. Do you do anything specifically for that month? I would imagine people are always asking you to speak as a overcomer.
Well, I speak on so many different platforms. In all honesty, I haven't spoken on that platform yet. Most of the platforms I speak on would be with youth, showing them that it's okay. Your destiny is not where you are. I speak to teenage moms, because that's where my heart is.
Ooh, yeah.
even though I went through a lot of domestic violence, my heart is really with that teenage mom. So if I am ever asked to speak on that platform, I would definitely do so because it's about surviving.
Well, I'm gonna make sure you are.
Thank you.
Because I always get asked to donate, because that is one of my passion projects. That and breast cancer, and they happen to be right at the same time.
Right.
So I give away a lot of stuff during October.
Exactly.
But I think your voice is so important in that realm, because a lot of times, like as the book indicates, you were so young doing that, and we really don't know and we don't recognize a lot of what abuse is. Like, we understand the physical, but a lot of times we don't understand the verbal. We don't understand the mental and emotional. It's so much that we just don't understand.
It's definitely a lot. And I think recognizing the signs of what physical, like you say, we can see that, but the mental and the passive aggressiveness that it's just a lot that goes on into that. So recognizing the signs, I think, is a big thing, because just because he doesn't hit you or she doesn't hit you, because there's some women out there, is the way they speak to you, is the way you feel is all of that. That's abuse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just the way he is. No, baby girl, that's abuse. No,
and it could be the way he is, but we don't have to be there.
Right.
We don't have to be the receptors of it. So
right. And my biggest thing, my son is like, don't say that word around here. Narcissist. Figure out what that looks like, because a lot of these abusers are narcissists, but we're not taught those words. We're not taught.
We're not, and it's educated, as a lot of us are, and I'm raising my hand as a lot of us. That was a word that I really didn't know what it looked like until a few years ago. I had this guy, and this, it wasn't a physical abusive relationship, but being an entrepreneur all my life, I was raised by my dad. And so he was an entrepreneur, so that's all I knew. And so met this guy, and he was like, you shouldn't be answering your phone after 5 o'clock, and at some realm you could say, oh, he cares about me and he wants me to cut back. No, that was control. I'm an entrepreneur. Most of the people who supported my business were small businesses, and they work during the day, so they can't call me until after 5. So you must be out your mind if I'm not going to answer this phone after 5 o'clock. But some people just don't recognize it. Just like, oh, he care about me. I don't care nothing about you, girl. He controlling you.
Right. Or getting in those situations, like I'm a extrovert. I'm a people person, so I move around a lot. Hey, how you doing? This, that, and the other, and I would get things like, who's that guy or who's that? I'm like, we're doing.
You talk about that in your book. You and your girlfriend, y'all dancing with the man dancing with all the women, but your boyfriend bird's eye on you.
Yes,
so you dancing with him, so I'm gonna beat him and then deal with you later. I mean, that's just crazy.
And he was all of 72 years old. Like, he was like literally all of that was. Those are the type of things that
Yeah. So again, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's a tremendously important. So I don't know if folks can see it, but we'll put it up. It's really important that we hear stories like that to know, so women can know that they are not alone and they can come out on the other side. So tell people how they can get your book, Tia.
They can get my book by going to itstheroomct.com. Go to the website. It's there. And just support. Just definitely support. And I'm still in awe. It's like I'm a kid in a woman's body. I'm still like, when I get off of this, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I just got interviewed. I do that all the time. My kids are like, Ma, this is like your 45th interview. I
understand, because we're just always so excited that somebody else cares about our baby. And our baby are our stories and our book. So I understand. So we expect you to come back when your other books are finished.
I definitely will. I'm working on it now. So I like to say it out loud so people can hold me to the fire. So the second book is My Story, My Truth I wrote it down, from pains, trials to triumph. And then the last book is going to bring in everything. That's going to be My Story, My Truth, from growth to glory.
Oh, I love it. All right, we can't wait to have you back. And so Shayna and I are going to raise our glass to cheers to you on success of this book and the other two. So cheers.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, so ladies, y'all stay here. So we want to thank our viewers for watching. Thank you so much for sharing. If there's authors out there and you'd like to be a part of Books and Bottles, please email us at info@groseprod.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next week, take care and stay safe. Cheers.
Camped out at home for COVID? Join us, Indie TV, where you will see the talk shows, movies, drama, action, and comedy. Be the first and see it first. Sign up now for free